Hi everyone, welcome to assembling and disassembling an airbrush. The airbrushes that we're going to be using today are the Iwata Eclipse airbrush. It's your standard gravity fed airbrush. What that means is you load your ink up at the top, gravity feeds it down to the nozzle, which will allow it to spray out. Now, first few things you want to take note of is where our trigger is, where our air hookup is, and where our ink is going to be stored. So first things first, we can go ahead and take off the top cap and expose the inner cup. Now with the cup you can see that our needle is stuck in the bottom there. That's a good sign, and we don't see any ink inside. That's all fine and dandy. Now this one isn't completely clean, but it's not bad. What I'll be expecting is pretty much everyone to have these spotless after each and every use, so that the next person using them will have theirs really clean. We can see in this lid all the different colors that are in there. You folks will have a chance to fix that. Alright, so how I want to disassemble this is I'm going to work from the back to the front. First things first, I'm going to take off this casing. And the way I line everything up is I just put it in order from back to front, so that way when I'm reassembling it, I know which way different parts go. Now I'm going to loosen my locking nut, put that there, and I can take out my needle. Few things with taking out your needle is if your needle is dirty when you're doing this. Let's say there's ink all the way at the front here, or there's ink inside the bowl. When you pull it out, you're pulling ink all the way through the gun, and you're gonna have a ton of work to do in order to clean it. So we want to make sure before we ever pull our needle out that our gun is totally clean. Okay, once I've taken the needle out, I'll see if I try to pull this, it's connected on a spring, so I have to loosen this locking nut. And a lot of times this will come apart in three pieces. So we have our trigger holder, we have our lock, and we have a spring to keep everything tight. So I can go ahead and put those to the side. Next is taking out our trigger. We want to go ahead and make sure that it's facing directly upwards, and I'll just pull straight up. You see it has a little rotating foot. That is going to be important in later steps. Alright, so now we have the whole back of our airbrush part. We can now work on the front. With the front, there's a lot of really small pieces and they tend to get stuck together, but we want to make sure we take everything apart so that way nothing seizes up and everything's good to go. So first I want to take off my cone protector. That's this very front piece, and go ahead and twist that off. Then I want to take off my second lead. Now a lot of times these two pieces are actually going to be stuck together. Not a big deal. We can get a set of soft needle nose pliers, take them apart. Next we'll also loosen up this front gasket here. Sometimes it is locked pretty tight, so you have to use a little wrench. You know, one turn just to crack it, and then you can pull it apart. Now here you want to be careful when you're taking it off, because there is a loose piece inside. I want to keep it on together. There we go. So this is our cone holder. It focuses the air coming through into a nice little cone for us, and it floats around the airbrush needle very nicely. So we want to make sure that this stays nice and clean. It also gets really dirty inside through there, so we want to make sure that that all gets cleaned to the best of our abilities. So this is everything. This is an entire airbrush. What I'm going to do now is I would take my airbrush cleaner, some cleaning wipes, and I would totally clean everything, make sure everything is totally perfect, and then I can go ahead and put it back together. For the airbrush cleaner, say if I want things to soak in it for a little bit, loosen up, I don't want it to sit for any longer than 10 to 15 minutes, so be sure to set a timer for yourself and that you'll rinse them out with water once that's done. The way I'm going to reassemble it is I'm just going to work in the backwards manner, or if this is your first time building an airbrush, because most everyone will have to build one to start, is I'm going to go ahead and grab my body casing, grab my cone, set it on top. I want to make sure that it's not sitting crooked or misplaced, that it's seated in nicely and I'm not forcing anything in. I have to have it sitting upright so it doesn't move. I want to check it to make sure. Thread it in. Nothing should have to be forced on. Everything should just be finger tight. With this, if you're using the wrench, you can go just a little turn, nothing crazy. If you go finger tight, you should be fine. Same with these front pieces. You're going to put them on nice and gently. And then I'm going to put my needle protector on and we'll be good. So now the front is reassembled. Why I want to do this first is because if I don't, and I've just put my needle straight through, you will see that the needle is sticking right out the top. And we want to make sure that we don't poke ourselves or prick anything, or bang and dent the needle, because then we're not going to get a proper airflow or a proper spray. We want to make sure everything is lined up as best we can. Okay, now working back on the back side, I'm going to put in my trigger. Now this is probably the hardest part in reassembling, because I have this little lever here that has to sit perfect inside my airbrush. You see that little hole right there? It might be kind of hard to see. You might have to use flashlight to find it. But I want to make sure that when I'm putting this in, that if this is held, my trigger will go back and forth. Not like side to side, but back and forth with our gun. So you can go ahead and put that in. Sometimes just takes a second. My biggest tip would be to make sure that it is totally upright when you're actually putting it back together. And I know I've done this right when I push on my trigger and it releases and bounces up again every time in a nice smooth motion. If you have ink or stuff inside, it's almost like it'll move in slow motion and it won't spring up very nice. So we gotta make sure that that is on good. So now you can put your foot on. You'll see that there is a little kind of tab looking thing at the top. I want to make sure that that sits right behind my trigger, so that when I pull it, it goes in properly. If you put it in upside down, it's just not going to work. It's not going to look right. So make sure you put that in proper. Now we're going to slide our spring on, as well as our back casing. And I can thread this in all the way. Doesn't have to be crazy tight. In fact, I actually want it loose just till it stops spinning. Now I'm going to thread my needle through. Again, pointy side through the needle, not the thick end. And I just slide it all the way in, and I'll feel when it just kind of stops. I don't want to jam it in. I don't want to force anything. Just put it in nice and delicately, and it'll sit where it needs to. Next will be our locking nut on the back, and then our back casing, just so you don't bang anything. That can be screwed on like that. Pop on my top, and I'm good to go. If there's any questions, be sure to check with myself, Mr. Chris, at any point, or your classmates, or you can always re-watch this video. Alright folks, good luck, and enjoy.